are the gates being manned by two guys to enter the student occupation at Cambridge University. What's your name?
Mine's Mike.
Mike, and Mike, why do you feel it's important to be here supporting this event?
This is the future. We're actually supporting the future. Kids, they are welcome in here, and this is establishing what is for them. The tuition fees and everything like that is... it's bollocks, mate.
It is bollocks, isn't it?
It is a lot of bollocks.
Hi guys. How's it going?
A lot of this.
Lovely filming the other day, by the way.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, for the future of the kids, basically it's just to instill a lot more education, bring it to more people.
Yeah.
So we are doing this demonstration to get more of a word about, more people aware of what's going on,
Yeah.
Why we should oppose it, why we shouldn't, all that sort of thing. You know, there is both aspects of it, and yeah, we do get people walking up to us and saying we don't agree with this, and there are obviously a lot of support. The place is absolutely full of supporters. It's fantastic.
Mike, if you could describe your political way of thinking, what would it be?
I'm a green anarchist. I am.
Green anarchist.
Environmental.
Fantastic.
As far as I am.
Well, thanks, Mike. Appreciate it.
No problem, pal.
Okay, just another exclusive angle on the front door here. What's your name?
My name's Joby.
Joby?
Yep.
And again, same question. Why do you feel it's important to be here in support of this occupation at Cambridge Uni?
Well, I think it's good. I think, you know, we're really sort of doing something good here because there's been a lot of violent protests over the last couple of weeks, and this is a very peaceful occupation.
Yeah.
And it really has been raising awareness, and I've been out here handing out these. Show these. More information about the occupation and what people can do to help out. We've had a lot of support from people in and around Cambridge, so I think just this occupation alone has raised a lot more awareness, and it's got a lot more positive feedback than what happened on Wednesday.
Absolutely. I come from a political stance where I believe maximum disruption is the best way to get the most media attention and also to send a message to the government. Would you say that this event has been disruptive or not disruptive enough, or too disruptive? Or careful.
It's icy. Yeah. See, I do believe in destruction because you know what happened at Millbank to do with the same issue, that was you know, direct and guided violence towards that, and it did raise a lot of awareness.
Yeah.
But you know, causing disruption and sort of mayhem in this building, in this university, isn't really going to affect isn't going to really help our cause.
No.
Because we're trying to help our education. We're not trying to, you know, smash facilities or anything. They have closed the library, but that's
their choice.
That's their choice. We've had a lot of complaints that we are causing disruption because they've closed the library, but we're trying to, you know, work with the uni and try and get the library to be open because we're all for it to be open because we want the students to come in because obviously they've got a lot of work to do.
Yeah, I notice behind you there's a graduation going on. A lot of people are graduating in the front of Senate House.
Yep.
Was there any agreement with the protesters in terms of allowing that to carry on?
Yes, there was. We had a big banner on the grass outside, and they were a bit you know, iffy about with the graduation and that. So we did agree to take it down, you know, because we don't want to ruin their graduation or anything. So it's all nice for them out there. And I believe I just saw a lot of people. We've just brought a big jug of tea and biscuits for the graduation, you know, for the graduates and their families. So and I think even a few of them have gone up there because obviously they're students themselves, and a lot of the parents, you know, they've got younger brothers and sisters, and they do support the cause.
Fantastic. And how would you describe your political viewpoint in life?
Anarcho-communism.
Anarcho-communism. So we've got a couple of anarchists, and good news is the person filming this, me, I'm also an anarchist as well.
Good times.
So thanks very much, guys. Onward the revolution. She said, oh, you guys are self-proclaimed anarchists, which they are and I am, and she's asked how do they feel about the disruption of this building? Was that
it? So how do you feel about the fact that it's like Keys Library is now closed?
Keys Library wasn't actually closed by us, it was closed by the university itself in response to us taking up occupation of the building. We are still trying to get the talks with the universities to get the library back open because it is disrupting other people's work.
And you've got absolutely no interest in the library itself?
No, absolutely. We've been talking to. There's been a few students that have come along and said, you know, you're closed. Like they're blaming us personally responsible for closing the library, but it's more of by closing the library, they're creating a divide between us and the key students, but we don't want that. We've been saying to them, you're supposed to be joining us. we're trying to work with you to get the library open, and there has been a compromise where they can go. I'm not actually at this uni, but there's some sort of office they can go round to and they can get access. But that's what I personally believe, that they are trying to divide us when we should be, uniting together, because we're all in this.
How does that make you feel to hear that it was the university staff that shut the library down and not the protesters?
Well, I'm on our student union, so it wasn't the university staff, sorry, it was college.
College, sure.
King's College. And to be honest, I think it's reasonable. I think it's cautious, but reasonable that they closed it.
Obviously.
There are incredibly rare manuscripts in the King's Library.
Yeah.
And, Millbank, you can see it takes one person who's not thinking right on that
But-
day, and I can't do, and no one here can do a character judgment on 200 people.
Exactly.
But if you've seen the protest so far, it's been
but so
incredibly
far it has been
civilised,
very
incredibly
civilised.
reasonable.
Also,
we have no violent intentions.
talking to them, we have said, the porters can be on the door.
Yeah.
You have to have your ID
Yeah.
to get in. So
I think,
none of us have any interest in going in there
So the
whatsoever.
problem is that there are key students there, and there was a report of a keys card being given to protesters earlier in the week. That
Really?
has actually been returned.
Oh.
But it was, so the problem is that keys card not only gives you access to our library, also gives you access to all the computer rooms.
Yeah.
And so it would be very, very easy for that to
we
fall
know
into
that.
the wrong
Yeah.
hands. So there were college burglars last night trying
Really?
to take paintings off the wall.
If I can make a comment, if I can...
I can see why college have taken
Yeah,
the
yeah.
stance.
Yeah.
We are now, the occupation is longer than a day.
Sure.
College has been really helpful. It looks like we will get access to our library.
No, definitely, that's good. That's what we
but
want.
I'm just going through those negotiations now, so if I can say that I've talked to people who, even the anarchists who I'd probably fair to say are on the more extreme spectrum of this protest.
No, yeah,
and even you guys have absolutely no interest in Keys Library.
No, exactly.
That's great for
There
me
is-
to pass
Yeah.
on
There is
to
quite.
college.
I think there is a lot of people from here that are going to that meeting with you guys. So
GCSE meeting.
yeah, so they're going to be coming along and
Yeah.
basically saying to everyone we've just told you now.
Yeah.
And your name is Jenny, you're
Jenny,
president
yeah.
of...
The Keys Student Union.
Key Student Union. I just want to make a comment. Upstairs in the occupied room, there's about maybe, I'd say, 100 laptops and another 20 camcorders. So there is a lot of electronic equipment worth thousands and thousands. And
Two projectors as well.
Two projectors. So
Yeah.
I understand your concerns, but from what I've seen of the 120 people here, they're more interested in drinking tea than stealing books.
Of course. It is really, everyone's so nice and so pleasant, and it's all thank you, excuse me. It's all
exactly,
very polite, and it's nice.
It's a peaceful occupation.
But it does make Keys Library and its possessions vulnerable.
Yeah.
That's
I
the
know,
problem.
we know that.
Sure.
And that's why college has done
and we
that.
understand why they.
Yeah. But now we're looking, because it's it was a snap judgment,
Yeah.
which I think was probably what I would do if I was in charge
Jenny?
of that.
Yeah.
But,
Jenny, do you support the occupation of the university today?
I would say personally, in a personal capacity, that I do.
Yeah.
But as GCSU president, we're having a vote tonight as to what the key students think, and obviously I want to be
So
neutral
what
in
would
that
you-
debate.
Of course.
And also, I want keys not to be affected. So it would have been ideal if it had been a university room, which did not mean access going through Keys property.
Of course.
That is Keys, and it says Keys Library on the front. So it's unfortunate that the lift is closed, meaning that you have had to use this exit. So I'm not criticising the sit-in. I don't want it to end because of this, but it is something which could have been better for Keys students.
Yeah,
That's
sure.
Really, really affected.
But you must also understand the political significance of causing some disruption. Otherwise, we might as well just find a place in the forest and have an occupation there.
I think having a university room is symbolic and significant, and that's important.
Yeah.
And you're going to cause disruption to the university.
Yeah.
Causing disruption to key students and their access to education.
Exactly.
When this is a protest for access to education.
Yeah, that's why we
isn't
want it to be
fantastic.
open.
Which is
so.
why I'm really pleased it's one of your aims to get it open.
Yeah.
But equally, I can't blame college.
No,
for
I think
closing
that's
it.
even
It's a tricky
one of our
situation.
demands.
It is one of your.
Yeah, I think they're all still a bit rough around the edges because we're all coming to an agreement. But one of the main demands is for the key students to have access to their library.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
And Jenny, one final question, because I've been asking everyone who I'm filming today. How would you describe your political viewpoint on the world?
On the world.
How would you, if you were to kind of ascribe a label to how you? Some people are Marxists, other people are
Post-ideological.
post-ideological. Does that make you post like this to kind of a nihilist?
No.
What does post?
I sort of says I'm driven by sort of humane principles, but I'm quite wary of ideologies.
In
As
10 seconds, what does
post-ideologies.
post-ideological mean?
It means that you take things on a case-by-case basis,
Yeah.
and that most of our decisions are not really to do with, ideology can be quite misleading, quite dangerous. You shouldn't ever ascribe to something and make your decisions based on an ideology that's been laid out by someone else.
That sounds dangerously rational and logical to me.
It does.
Thank you very much, Jenny. I appreciate your time. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.